Do you hear me?
I do. Okay, I'm black today. Cause we powers out. So you just will see a black screen. Yuan, are you there?
I am here. What is happening?
I'm just trying to fix this. Oh no, I fixed that, but now my screen is black. I'm trying to
Now you
find
got
my
viewers here.
I'm trying to find this chat. Is it this? Oh, that's watching it. I want to see the chat. There's two people on. I'm theater mode. This is a slow start. Oh, there we go. Stream chat. Okay. This is what we need. And then this, we need to pop out. How did I do that last time? This chat. Okay, yes. This is where we were last time. No, this wasn't. Okay, yes. This is where we were last time. Mute myself. Pop out. Come on. Got you.
It doesn't seem the stream is like not moving for me. I don't know if it's me or if your thing's not right.
It's moving for me.
I don't know. Are you doing something? It's like very slow.
Um, I'm not doing anything. I was just figuring out how to get this Twitch chat so I can see. Probably just go to this group. Okay. All right. Namaste, Sirat here. Welcome to the stream. Carrying on with Elixir Part 2. If there's any problems with the stream, please let me know with the chat. And then, what else? My power is off, so there's just a black screen. Okay, we're gonna go on with part 2. In part 1 we're looking at the request cycle of Phoenix. So we were at hex docs, Phoenix. Johan, just make sure to run that you're rocking Phoenix version 1.6.0.
How do I know or check that?
So if you look at my screen, if you go to mix, think new.
Is that metric thing like a continuous movement? Because it's going one frame every 3 seconds.
Metrics.
Matrix, that numbers you got there on the
Oh
terminal.
no, that's going very quickly. That's like
Yeah, this thing is lagging very badly.
really the speed test.
There's also, you have now, yesterday you only had 720p, um,
Yes.
but now there's all the qualities are there now. I don't know if you changed something.
No, you can see my speed is crazy fast.
Yo,
So the upload should be the same. Yeah, look at that. We can stream in 4K even. So I don't know, my speed should be fine and I don't think my computer's lagging. Oh wow, it is actually wow, okay. It could be my CPU. That's very high. I think it's because of this filter I put on. Screen capture, I think. It said high CPU. Where did I add that filters? Um, I added a filter to make my noise suppression better.
okay, it's now very smooth again.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that is strange. Luckily you're
I,
there to check this
I,
out.
I was on my laptop, but I put it on the TV now and it's fine there. I don't know if my laptop was maybe weird.
Right. That's good to hear. Wonder if I can like even disable my video. I don't want to see my own video. I just want to see the statistics. It says excellent. There's like a house thing. Um, 4 people watching the stream. All right, let's get into it. So Johan, but wait, this is using a lot of CPU though. This is very high. I need to.
It doesn't, it looks fine.
No, I'm looking at my. If you look here, my CPU's like. Okay, that's alright. Like using 50% of my CPU just to stream.
That's like normal, I think.
Okay. Alright, so Johan, you want just make sure you're on the latest Phoenix. Mix fix.new the version. See that? You must be there. And then you can do like mix install like that to get the latest. I'll send you the commands.
It says there you don't even have it. Is that right? That version didn't work, that what you did.
worked. Sent you the commands. Make sure you have that version installed. If it's not installed, then you just do mix archive install hex Phoenix new.
Oh, Phoenix new.
Trying to hear me clap every now and then. That's me trying to get this one mosquito. Alright, so we did the request lifecycle.
This thing is not installed by default because I don't have it. I'll have to install it. Oh no, I'm missing something. Mix EXS. Did you put it on Git so I can?
Oh yeah, let me add that to Git for you. CD lab tutorials. So we'll start in a second. Johan will be working with us. I just want to put last time's tutorial. Just give him the source code for last session's work. Get in it. Right. Here is the Phoenix tutorial source code. You can git clone that or fork that and then you get started. I have lights again. See if my head is in the camera this time. What is going on with my camera? It's like hella zoomed in or something. This is very strange. Video capture. Johan, can you see my face on the screen?
Yes, it is running smooth.
On this thing, it's showing me that my face isn't here when I'm on Twitch. Oh, it's probably because I need to maximize. Plugging in this one.
Can you run that phoenix.new in the existing directory to check the version or what?
Yeah, in Phoenix is installed by default. If you just wherever you are, it will show what your Phoenix version is on your system. Doesn't matter what repo you're in. That's just a framework.
No, then it doesn't work for me because I just got an error.
Really? What error?
It says the phoenix.new does not exist.
Not Phoenix mix.new. Mix
Yeah,
dot.
that the
Oh,
command you did doesn't exist.
okay. Just go to the docs and just install it. Did you run that install command? Though by default it should be installed. But there's oh no, sorry, you need to install it. But that command installs it that I sent you.
Mm, this also the thing is missed. What version of Mixed are you using?
Um, Mix 1.12.2.
Okay, I'm the same way.
Then I'll send you yeah, there's a Docker
You
this command to start Docker run to start the Postgres server. You got it installed now.
have 1.6.0.
Perfecto. Alright. So then get the server up and running. You'll need to run these commands. Run those commands. You need to cd into the directory to a ecto create. That will generate the database module. Then you can start your server. Well, you first need to run the docker run command to get the database running. Then you run ecto create to generate the database data and to establish the connection. And you can run the server. So I just started my Postgres. Now I'm going to run my Phoenix server.
The details you have in the config for dev, that's correct to use the database.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna see if this is the correct. Yeah, this is the correct is our hello. Um, okay, this is interesting. Unexpected reserved word. And,
I'm getting the same.
um, This was working yesterday. Mix. Maybe by accident I typed something that I shouldn't have. Yeah, it is. Something. Oh, yeah. Um, Sorry, I fixed that now. I deleted the first line by accident when I was pumping out my Vim. Oh, wait, there's more stuff wrong. Okay.
There also seems like this whole document has like a tab, two spaces in front of everything. No, there's a
Okay,
tab.
it's working now.
Maybe.
Sorry, I when I was pumping out my Vim, I was just typing random stuff because I was checking out a few things in this. I
Do I just remove this last end or what?
so no. You need to fork it again. It'll be the quickest. I committed everything. There's two things you need to delete, or there's one thing you need to add this on line one, but it'll be quicker if you just, or you can go to the commit difference. By commits,
Uh,
there's two whoops.
I got everything.
So I'll post this link we're working out. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we're finally going to start now. Or in 1 minute. We're almost there. Johan, let me know once everything's up and running on your side. Yeah, it's just me and you on now.
Is this not using the same port also as Ruby 4000?
Ruby uses 3000, I think. No, maybe 4000 as well. Probably could be the same. I don't know.
Okay, I'm up and running. Front end loads. All is good.
Okay, wonderful. Demo mode is enabled. Discord knows that I'm streaming. Oh, it's about that. Alright, so then what we did last time is we created this hello. Went to the request, the cycle, and then we also can put a message here. We can say hi. So let's put in the name Yogi. Hello world from Yogi. Now we shall continue. Plug. Requirement. This guide expects that you have gone through the introductory guides and got a Phoenix application up and running. Yes, we did. Requirement. This guide expects that you have gone through request lifecycle. Yes, we did. Okay, so what is plug? Plug lives at the heart of the Phoenix HTTP layer, and Phoenix puts plug front and center. We interact with plugs at every step of the request lifecycle, and the core Phoenix components like endpoints, routers, and controllers are all just plugs internally. Let's jump in and find out just what makes plugs so special. So all core Phoenix components are just plugs internally. Endpoints, routers, and controllers. Okay. Plug is a specification for composable modules in between web applications. It is also an abstraction layer for connection adapters of a different web servers. The basic idea of plug is to unify the concept of a connection that we operate on. This differs from other HTTP middleware that layers such as rack, where the request and response are separated in the middleware stack. Okay, so basically plug is just a function or module with specific, it's a composable module uh, with specific specifications, and it's an abstract layer for connection adapters of different web servers. Basically, this is like reusable components that do a lot of the hard work for you. In order to act as a plug, a function needs to accept a connection structure, plug.con as its first argument, and connection options as its second one. Return a connection struct. Any function that meets these two criteria will do here. Here's an example. Inspect con.method. Okay, so def introspect con options. Hire.puts. So they're inspecting the con method, the con host, and the con request headers. Okay, this function does the following: it receives a connection and options, it prints some connection information to the terminal, it returns a connection. Pretty simple, right? Let's see this function in action by adding it to our endpoint. In endpoint we can plug it anywhere, so let's do it by inserting plug introspect right before we delegate the request to the router. In order to act as a plug, a function needs to accept a connection structure as it and return. Okay, there's a connection, it needs to accept, and it needs to return the connection structure. Okay, so that's what makes this module a plug, is that it accepts this connection structure and it returns the connection structure. Okay, so now
Does plug have anything to do with this dynamic paths that is going on?
the routes.
Yeah, if you go like hello / anything, it will use that.
Yes, it does. Has something to do with that. So basically, what we just read, that plug is just a naming convention for a module with a specific criteria, and that so everything, all the internal Phoenix components are plugs, which is just a module, and they just give it the name plug because it has a specific specification.
I see.
So they were saying here that with this plug lives at the heart of Phoenix HTTP layer, and Phoenix puts plug front and center. We interact with plugs at every step of the request life cycle, and the core Phoenix components like endpoints, routers, and controllers are all just plugs internally. So on the HTTP layer, basically everything is a plug. And every step of the request life cycle, it uses different plugs. So in order for a function to act as a plug, it needs to accept a connection, this thing here, and it needs to return a connection. That's one of the specifications for a function to be a plug. And oh, if you think of just the name, what does a plug do? Get a small extension. Something of it extensionally to plug it into the wall, and then it takes a current from one source to another source. So plug. Okay, so now functions. Function plugs and plugged by passing the function name as an atom. Try try the plug out, go to your browser and fetch. You should get something like this printed in your shell. Okay, so this now they want us to put in endpoint.ex. Endpoint.ex. So just to get familiar with the file structure, I just want to put it here.
What did you say was that con? Um,
The con just has
yeah.
the connection details. Well, it could be more, but as far as I know, it
You should actually see if you can. It renders that in the render. It uses the con also. See if you inspect that or something, what it shows. I don't know if you
yeah.
can do that.
This is we are going to do that now. We're inspecting 3 of it, but yeah, let's inspect this whole thing and see everything that's in there. Plug introspection plug hello web.router plug hello. Okay, so then let's put this at the end. Yeah. Plug introspect, that's an atom. Plug hello. Okay, this is not hello web, this is tutorial web. Now the tricky part. Tutorial web. Tutorial web. Dot router. Def introspect, already new. On ops to end out of puts. Inspect Insert. Post. Contact. Post. Uh,
Why do they want you to do that?
they just showing us let's see the function in action. We can plug it in anywhere. Any function that meets import plug dot connection. I'm not too sure, but basically this is just giving. I'm not like I don't know the bigger picture of what they're trying to prove here, but all the only information that I can pick up from this is that they are showing us they're trying to explain the concept of a plug, which is not that clear. I mean, it's very simple, but like now that I'm looking at this file, there's like a lot of unfamiliar things in here. But the concept of a plug is quite simple, but then there's many things in this file that I don't understand. And then they're showing us that yeah, how we can inspect the connection. So now we visit localhost. This should what an error. Errors was not found. Host request underscore headers. My bad.
It is request like a shortened like REQ underscore headers.
Yeah. Now what? Did I just say?
You must also I don't know if you must use IO inspect, but I'm using IO.inspect. I don't know if
Oh, yes. Good one. Good, good one. This tutorial doesn't put the IO there. Uh, good one. If this is okay. That's it's interesting that they don't say that in the tutorial. I think you can create a pull request. Yeah. Contribution to the community. Platform already sent error. The response was already sent. Okay, I got I got the stuff displaying now. The get request to localhost, and here's the header. User agent Mozilla. I'm using Brave. Let's go. Safari. We got everything. I got all the user agents. Does not want this. Are you getting errors?
That is, I think your thing might be faking that because you can't use Chrome and Mozilla. Oh, what is it? Oh, that's not Firefox, right? That's just Chrome.
Yeah, this is just Chrome. I'm getting
Yeah, I
some.
think mine is working.
I'm using all the browsers. I are you getting? I'm getting this.
I also get an error exception that is raised.
Cannot convert the given list into a string. To convert to a string, a
No, I
list
don't.
must either be int.
Why do you have a con just there at the end? Is that supposed to be there?
Yeah, that's supposed to be there. That's one of the. We created a plug apparently. So I think we will call this at a different point. I don't know. But yeah, if you look at this thing, it must be there. Okay, our plug simply prints information from the connection. So we created our own plug. This is exactly what we did. So you can see how simple a plug is. It's just a function that receives a connection and it returns a connection. That's all a plug is. To learn more about all the fields in the connection and all the functionality associated, see documentation for plug. Now let's look at other plug variants, the model plugs. Okay, but let's first see everything we can get from plug connection. I think it's supposed to be plug.con. I'm a bit confused. Plug, yes. Dot, yes. Okay, so they are importing this somewhere, but this con is plug.con. This module defines a structure and the main purpose for working with request and response in an HTTP connection. Note that request headers are normalized to lowercase and response headers are expected to have lowercase keys. Request field host method. Okay. Port remote IP header. Query string. Cookie body params. Query path. Response body. Response cookie header. Okay. Awesome. Module plugs. Module plugs are another type of plug that it does define a connection transformation in a module. The module only needs to implement two functions. In it, which initialize any argument or option to be passed to call. Call, which carries out the connection transformation, is just a function plug that we saw earlier. To see in action, let's write a module plug that puts the local key and value into the connection signs for downstream use in another plug's controller action and our views. put the content below in a file name. What? To see in action. Okay, so init initializes any arguments to pass into Paul, and Paul carries out the connection transformation. Paul is just a function plug that we saw earlier. Okay, Paul is just a plug. To see in action, let's write a module plug that puts the locale key, locale key and value into the connection assignment for downstream using other plugs. Okay. So put the new context below in a file named plugs locale.ex. Hello underscore web. So I need to add a new folder here. Plug locale.exe. Right. Then to find this plug now. Dev module hello web.plugs.local. Tutorial web dot plugs. Knows all this. Locale, and then this is the module we created. Import plug.con. Yes, that's what I checked earlier. Then we can just reference con. At locale. Yeah. If or the okay. What is the @ sign again?
It's so confusing if you switch between those things, like it looks very weird. What is the @ sign?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like from what I remember from Rails, it's like accessible by other things. You can use it like in the views and stuff. You can call it in the view.
Also module attribute. Module attributes in Elixir serve three purposes. They serve to annotate the module, often with more information to be used by the user or the VM. They work as consonants. They work as temporary module storage to be used during compilation. Okay. I'm not too sure though what is the use cases. So it can be used as an annotation, it can be used as a constant and as temporary storage. But I'm not too sure I'm not too sure though. Okay, we created this. Live in it. No idea what that does. This is very confusing.
Where are you making that file now? Is that
Under
is
tutorial underscore web under plugs.
but it's not part of the endpoints thing. It's
No,
on
this is a brand new file. Looking up.
okay. Just show your file structure there again, because I'm not sure
See?
how you.
Tutorial web plug got it. LTP locale.
And what is this plug gonna do?
I have no idea what's going on here. This is confusing as
Oh,
hell.
it seems like it's got to do something with the different languages for the page. It's probably gonna do something with that.
I can't even read this code that they have here.
Locals. I wonder if this is not something Phoenix needs for the locales, wouldn't it? That makes sense. Is there anything in this connection about local?
But
Oh, they could be using that con because that might have your system locales info in, and then they automatically do something according to your system.
uh, that makes sense. I'm getting errors though.
Yeah, because if you send in the request headers, there's accepted languages. Mine is on EN. I've got EN and ENUS. So then that will probably that's what that plug might be for.
Um, I don't know if they have an error here. I have like 1, 2, 3 defs and 2 ends. I don't know if this comes in this init.
Where's the error?
Well, I don't know. Let me just do this. Whoops. Whoops.
No, that doesn't look right. It shows even the error there up top by your thing.
Yeah. The photo with plug. Okay, it's gone. It's gone. No, it came back. Unexpected reserved word. Do. Oh, I think I have a space here, that's why. Is that really? Is that really the. That one also has a space. Do. Oh, colon. Missing a colon. Sign. Con. Locale. Defaults. Undefined function. Defaults. Oh, yeah. So this is loc. Okay, no more errors for me. So at locales we defined what con default assign con locale default. Okay, this is default. Okay, so
Just hold it on the code quick. I just want to see what.
I don't think my code's the best to look at. I always have errors, but I think I might have fixed it now. Best to use the link that we're working off.
Also, this might. This is strange.
Okay, so we created. Yeah, I don't even know what this is. Locale, and then there's a list. Like, what is this?
That's the stuff your browser sends to your site if you
Yeah, but
do a request.
is this like a list or is this a variable or is
Let me
this
check.
like I've
I'm
never
not.
seen this.
It's probably just a variable equals that list. I don't know. That seems like it.
Okay, we got that defined, the different languages. Init default, then call plug or connection params, locale, loc on and loc in locale to assign connection. Locale loc call. Yeah, I can conceptually understand what it's doing to a certain degree, but I cannot like read this code very well.
Let's see what they do with it.
It's, to give it a try, let's add this module plug to our router by appending plug hello web.plugs locale en to our browser pipeline in the router. So we need to open router.ex and we're putting in our plug that we just created in here. Plug tutorial web dot what did we call this? Plugs dot locale. In the init fallback, we pass the default locale to use. If none is present in the parameters. We also use pattern matching to define call function heads to validate the locale in the params and fall back to en if there is no match. The assign3 is part of plug.con module, and it's how we store values in the con data structure. To see the assignment in action, go to the layout and add the following close to the main container. Alt app. Hello web template. Okay. Go to localhost 4000. Locale EA. Locale EA. Okay. Setting it there. Go to localhost 4000 and you should see the locale exhibited. Visit. And you should see it change to FR. Oh wow. What is this question mark, Johan,
What question mark?
in this the URL parameter?
That's that's just how you define like the first, like I
Variable.
don't know how you call it, inputs or something. User inputs. Like you must, the first one is question and then you use and. But I don't know one. I have no idea why the first one is a question and then the rest is and.
Okay. That's how you put. Okay. In the init one fallback, we pass a default locale to use if none is present in the params. Okay. Okay. We got the FR. Someone can use this information alongside get text to provide fully internationalized web application. That's all there is to plug. Phoenix embraces the plug design for composable transformations all the way up and down the stack. Let's see some examples. Where to plug. The endpoint router and controllers in Phoenix accepts plugs. Endpoints organize all the plugs common to every request and apply them before dispatching into the router with its custom pipelines. We added a plug to the endpoint like this. The default endpoint plugs do quite a lot of work. Here they are in order. Plug.static. So static assets, since the plug comes before the logger serving or static assets is not logged. Phoenix.code reloader, a plug that enables code reloading for all the entries in the web directory. It is configured directly in the Phoenix application. Plug.request ID generates a unique request ID for each request. Plug.telemetry adds uh, instru instrumentation points so Phoenix can log the request path, status code, and the request time by time. Plug.parser parses the request body when a known parser is available by default. Parses parse URL encoded multipath and JSON. The request body is left untouched when the request content type cannot be parsed. Plug.method override converts the request method to put, patch, or delete or post request with a valid method parameter. Plug.take converts head request to get request and strips the response body. Plug.session, a plug that sets up session management. Note that fetch session must still be explicitly called before using the session, as this plug just sets up how the session is fetched. In the middle of the endpoint there is connection blocks. If code reloading do socket Phoenix.live reload.socket plug live reload plug code reload Phoenix ecto check repo status. This block only executes in development. It enables live reloading. If you change CSS file, they are updated in the browser without refreshing the page. Code reloading, so we can see changes to our application without restarting the server. Check repo status, which makes sure our database is up to date, raising a readable and actionable error otherwise. Router plugs. In the router, we can declare plugs inside pipelines. Okay. I don't know what the pipeline is. In the router, we can declare plugs. Okay. Plug fetch session, fetch flash, protect from forgery, put secure browser headers. There's our thing. Set the locale to E. Or set the locale and by default make it EN if it's not specified.
I just want
Router
to see the. Sorry, I just want to see the delay. It almost seems very instant. I'm listening to you, and what you're doing there is like almost in sync on the Twitch. It's a bit
wow.
weird. Select, select pipelines quick.
Pipeline selected.
Did you select
Endpoint
it?
selected. Deck module.
Okay,
Routers.
now
Page controller. Hello
it's
web.
much slower. It's like a 10-second delay or something.
Okay. Routers are defined inside scopes, and scopes may pipe through multi-pipelines. Routers are defined inside scopes, and scopes may scopes may pipe through multiple pipelines. Once a router matches Phoenix invokes all the plugs defined in all pipelines associated to that route. For example, accessing root will pipe through the browser pipeline, consequently invoking all of its plugs. As we will see in the routing.guide, the pipelines themselves are plugs. They will also discuss all plugs in the browser pipeline. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand what this plug actually is. It basically takes what the connection is, right? And then it modifies it and then puts it back into the chain of the request flow. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, controller plugs. Finally, controllers or plugs too. So we can do uh, plug hello web.plugs. Okay, in a
Yeah,
particular.
but then it seems very. I've never seen that pipeline thing, so you can manipulate that thing quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what this is. That I don't know what that is. They never explained this. I'm assuming this is just the like the initial load, like because before you hit a controller, you first hit the router. So the first thing the router does, it loads these default plugs. So it creates a pipeline that loads these default plugs to like put in some security and to get some extra information, and then it will continue the request via the controller which is below in scope in the route. So pipeline is for all requests and controller in scope. There's a controller for specific requests. Route, okay. As we will see in the routing guide, the pipelines themselves are plugs. They will also be Uh, we will also discuss all plugs in the browser pipeline. Controller plugs. Finally, controllers are plugs too. Okay. Um, in particular, controller plugs provide a feature that allows us to execute plugs only within certain actions. That's what I just explained. Um, oh, that's okay. That's not what I just explained. This adds on to what I was explaining. So not only for the specific route, but for specific action. um, and the plug will only be executed for the index action. So we have a show action. Let's quickly show that. Uh, Router. So this is the default index action. Then we have a show action, the third uh, after the get. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This fourth parameter is called the action. And then this action is linked to a controller. Uh, See here, index. And show, yes, show. So that action is linked to a module. So in the page controller, there's a separate index action, and then in the hello controller, there's a separate index action and the show action. Plugs adds composition by abiding by the plug contract to return an application request into a series of explicit transformations. It doesn't stop there. To really see how effective plugs design is, let's imagine a scenario where we need to check a series of conditions and then either redirect or halt. If a condition fails without plug, we would end up with something like this. The diff show connection param case authenticator fine. Do okay, use the case. This is crazy. that is very dirty and unreadable. Notice just a few steps of authentication and authorization require complicated nesting and duplication. Let's improve this with a couple of plugs. So instead of having an authenticator and a bind message and authorize in this very funny if statement and case statement, they just have a plug for it. And then there's the plug, and there's the plug, and there's the plug. That is very nice. That is very, very nice. Okay, to make this all work, we converted the nested blocks of code and use halt con whenever we reach a failure path. The halt con functionality is essential here. It tells plug that the next plug should not be invoked. Okay, where's halt con? There's halt. Okay. At the end of the day, by replacing the nested blocks of code with flattened series of plug transformations, we're able to achieve the same functionality in a much more composable, clear, and reusable way. To learn more about plug, see the documentation for the plug project, which provides many built-in plugs and functionalities. Okay, they went very briefly through that. So this is interesting though, because this halt says that the next plug should not be loaded. So if they put this here and this is in a chain, it's gonna load the next one. Of course it will, but I don't know. Not too sure about that. Plug. The specification for composable models between web application connection adapts for different web servers. And, more information on plug. Okay, so next is routing. I think we'll end the stream here. Good session. Is there any questions or anything you'd like to add, Yuan?
Did you, for that, for those authentication thing, does that, did you use that or not?
No, no,
Did you
no,
try it out?
no. This is that uh did not use this. And I think yeah, there'll be more one has to implement in this. This would just be an example of why they use plug. So this is like a very
Just
quick.
leave it on that code block there of what they did. I just wanna, because I didn't see exactly what
Oh,
they.
sorry.
So what are they? So that's now one use case for the plug. That you can use it.
Yeah, yeah. Understanding this code isn't really too important. They basically just showed how they can simplify things with using plug and why plug, and that's why they use plug. Okay, then I shall stop the stream. Thank you everyone for watching. Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.